So that night, I committed my crime. I decided to go down to the drive-thru and get a beer. Went down to the drug neighborhood in Blackout In-N-Out, went back to drive-thru 2 or 3 times. So I wrote him a check that had my address and name on it, and had a construction knife on my side, pulled it out and laid it down on the table, and I said, "Give me your money." And I smiled at them, and they laughed at me because they knew me. Then they seen there was something wrong with me. You know, I wasn't acting right. So they got scared. I put them in the back room. I had them take their shirts off so they didn't run out of the room. Took the money and I threw it at them, and they looked at each other and looked down at the money. I began to continue to use drugs. And then for some reason I said, well, I'm in trouble now anyway. So I picked the money off the floor and went out and got in my pickup truck and ran. So that's how I ended up here on this number. All the stages in this progression operate on some level as a result of our
Larry Thompson is an inmate who spent probably 25 of his adult years in prison. I think he just turned 60. Larry's done what they call 4 numbers. This is his 4th one. I think all of them had to do with robbery, but when he would get drunk, sometimes he would take drugs, and those drugs would cause him to go off the deep end. This last time he went before his judge, after the 3rd number, the judge threw the book at him, gave him 16 years in prison. And anyway, he got sent to Toledo Correctional Facility. So I sent a bunch of Christmas cards over there. Larry was one of the people that responded, thanked me for the Christmas card. We started this correspondence by mail. So I visited him. I liked him. He was educated, articulate. At one of our visits, I said to him, was describing the ministry, I said, you know, Larry, one of the things I don't have is I don't have anything to put in the hands of inmates coming out of prison. I have all kinds of stuff to send them while they're in prison, but once they come home, it's like I don't know what to do. I can't find them a job. I don't have time to do this. I don't have the resources. I'm just one person. And I said, I wish I had a pamphlet or something with 10 steps of what to do for someone coming out of prison that can ensure that hopefully this can help you be more successful and stay out of prison. And he goes, Joe, I could help you with that. I'm thinking in my own mind when I walked away from that visit, well, maybe he's going to come up with a 3-fold, brochure with 15 bullet points or something. So I don't hear from him for a while. He writes me and he says, Joe, I think this thing's bigger than I anticipated. He starts sending me these chapters from this book, and I start reading it, and I go, my gosh, where did he ever come up with this? It was like enlightening to me, and it was amazing as I read it. And I said, Larry, if you're going to write a book, I need something other than a handwritten thing on loose leaf paper. He goes, can you send me a typewriter? I go, yeah. I sent him a typewriter. He starts typing them chapter by chapter over a period of time. He starts sending me these chapters, and I'm reading them, and I'm thinking, wow, this is amazing. This could be very helpful to people. I contact a woman who was a publisher up in Michigan, and I present that to her, and she looks at it, and she goes, this sounds like it's got a lot of potential, but the way it's written, not good. It's too wordy, it's this, it's that, it's the grammar, da-da-da. I send it back to Larry, and I said, Larry, you're going to have to rewrite this thing. It's not publishing material right now, the way it's written. He gets connected with a grammar teacher and an English teacher at the prison. She helps him. They rewrite the book. Takes him another year. He starts teaching it. It's an instant success. It's like people are signing up to get it, and it's mixed with his practical experience of what works and doesn't work. And it witnesses to these inmates. And all of a sudden, the second time around, it's an 18-week course. Second time around, he's got 250 people signed up for it. He can only take 20 people at a time. The book gains in popularity. The parole board gets a hold of it, hears about it, wants to know what it is, sanctions it. Larry wants me to put the book on Amazon, I say no. I'm just one person, Larry. If I get 500 orders to this book, I cannot do that. I said, when you come home, you take it wherever you want it to go. But it just does keep increasing. I get orders through the internet, and the word of mouth is just keeps spreading.